The Ottoman Empire was the last of a series of Turkish Muslim empires. It spread from Asia Minor beginning about 1300, eventually encompassing most of the Middle East, most of North Africa, and parts of Europe. In the Middle East, the Ottomans ruled Syria, Palestine, Egypt, parts of Arabia, and Iraq. Only Persia and the eastern part of the Arabian Peninsula remained free of Ottoman rule. The empire reached around the Black Sea and into the Caucasus and Central Asia, including Armenia.
The Ottoman Empire was founded about 1307 by Osman I. The ruler of the Ottoman Empire assumed the title of Sultan. The Sultan also took the role of the Muslim Caliph. The Ottoman Turks were fierce fighters, supplementing their Muslim troops with an elite corps of converted Christian slaves, known as the New Troops or Janissaries.
Janissaries were originally young Christian children who were kidnapped and raised to be fierce Muslim soldiers. The Janissaries were the most revolutionary and among the best soldiers in the world at the time. This was because they were one of the first organized groups of soldiers to use firearms.
The progress and expansion of the Ottoman Empire was exceptionally rapid. By the year 1453, the Ottomans had conquered Constantinople, which they then renamed Istanbul, effectively putting an end to the Byzantine or Eastern Roman Empire. And also, by 1526, they had conquered almost all of southeastern Europe. In the spring of 1529, the Ottomans gathered a great army in Bulgaria, with the intent of capturing the city of Vienna. However, there were many obstacles to pass through on the way there. Sickness broke out in their ranks, killing very many on the long journey. Also, the spring flooding bogged down their heavy artillery, making it nearly impossible to reach the city. The Ottomans rampaged all along the countryside, taking and killing anything and pretty much everything, and the outnumbered enemy forces could do little to stop them. When they finally reached the city, they were very demoralized, and after a long siege, they finally gave up and went home. This was very important because Christianity would have been endangered, and it was one of the very first battles the Ottomans truly lost. The Ottoman Empire started to decline about 100 years later and lost lots of their massive empire. The Ottoman Empire had long been a superpower in Europe, Africa, and in the Middle East, but before long it was starting to be less of a superpower and more of an old sick man, as people used to call it. By 1914, at the start of World War I, they had lost nearly all of their land in Europe. When they surrendered to the British in January of 1919, they had to give up most of the land that they still had left. Then in 1922, the Turkish War of Independence was fought, which turned the Ottoman Empire into the country of Turkey as we know it today. The Ottomans' 615-year rule had finally come to an end.